Hello, dear friends. In today's video, I will show my game against Lucas Van Forest, French Team Championship. And also, this game is very important because of theoretical point of view. Let's go. So I had white pieces. Uh, I started the game with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and here very often I'm also playing bishop b5. But there, my opponent had a lot of games with knight f6, and it was very hard before the game to find some new ideas, places to cover. Uh, I had some small ideas, but eventually I wanted to play very modern and very trendy Italian. So bishop c4, I was expecting a knight f6, d3, bishop e7 as well, since just one round one game before, Lucas played it against Anton Korobov. So bishop c5, c3, knight f6, d3, d6, short castle. And here I was mainly expecting all the setups with a7, a5, because in database my opponent had a couple of games. But he surprised me with a6. Uh, I played rook e1, bishop a7, and here we do have a4 move, which is considered uh, the main one of the main moves. Yes, black is going usually short castle ideas. Always black is having some ideas to go knight g4. But here I had already for a long time uh, idea to play with knight bd2, and the point is being that uh, white is simply ignoring uh, black's threat of knight a5, taking the uh, bishop on c4. So white is fine with trading the bishop with the knight, uh, and white wants to get something else. Yes, and also like earlier, I was familiar with the game Yesipenko against Sanal, and also uh, this year, couple of months back, Tabatabai played a game against Sergei Drigalov. So I played knight bd2, and here my opponent played knight a5. I should say that short castle would have been more precise. Knight f1, knight goes a5, bishop b3 takes with the pawn, and we are getting what we got in our game as well. Just here, knight a5. Of course, if you go queen a4, knight c6, you don't have any better moves than retreating the queen to d1. But here, white is having some interesting bishop d5 move. Uh, yes, and if knight d5, he takes d. Yes, I think already you are in slight. White is already having slight pressure. So the strongest here is to go short castle, and yes, white is having two interesting moves. One is a3 and the other a4. For example, if you go a4, black already should play c5, because if knight d5 he takes d, black is in some trouble. If you go a3, yes, now knight takes d5, otherwise bishop a2. He takes d b5, and white is pushing b4, knight b7, and a4. Yes, this is like white is being very slightly better. It's definitely playable position, but some extra options for white. Yes. So that's why short castle instead of going knight a5 would have been slightly more precise. But anyway, I was ready to go bishop b3, knight b3 takes b. Black has extra option of going knight g4 here, because now d4 e takes d, uh, c takes d, and short castle. Even this position is fine for black. And of course, after knight f1, we are transposing to our game. Short castle was played, knight f1, of course. If you go h3, trying to stop knight g4 ideas, then black is just going knight h5 with the f5 ideas. So knight f1, and here the strongest is knight g4, and it was played by Lucas. Sergei Drigalov against Amin Tabatabai played some bishop e6, and slowly white got some knight g3, h3, d4, and some slightly better position. So knight g4, the strongest, d4, e takes d, and yes, here I took c takes d. Two other options are possible, knight takes d4 and h3. I should say that yesterday on 13th of June 2024, Vidit Gujarati had a game uh, against Nodirbek Abdusatorov, and Vidit played h3. And let's say here, uh, yes, 95 was in their game, knight takes d4, bishop takes d4. Of course, queen d4 is not possible because of bishop takes h3. C takes d, knight g6, with the ideas to go f5. Yes, I should say that here d5 also works for black. Yes, knight g6 with the ideas f5, knight g3, f5, the strongest. It takes f, bishop f5. And here in a different ways, white can get, and white is having equality. We did play queen f3. Of course, here bishop h3, there is queen d5 check. So queen f6, queen b7, bishop takes h3. Yes, if knight e4, then after queen f5, black is winning. So bishop e3 would have been stronger than what we did played, queen d5 check. And white is having some small, tiny, better position, but it's not much. Bishop e6 move is possible, or rook a b8. Yes, we did play queen d5, and after king h8, knight d4, queen f5, they agreed in a draw. Yes, let's go back to another move. Yes, if knight takes d4, yes, rook e8 is the strongest, and h3, black is having knight f6 or knight e5, black is having playable position, and it's very concrete. Always d5 ideas are there. I think we have knight takes d4 for upcoming tournaments, upcoming games, and maybe some other players will go for knight takes d4. So I went c takes d. I didn't know much, and I was playing myself, and my opponent found f5, the strongest move. And I played bishop g5, the strongest. If knight g3, knight g3 is just worse for white. Just f takes c, rook takes e4, knight goes f6, bishop g5, h6 takes with the queen. Black is better. So I played bishop g5, and here my opponent played queen d7, but knight f6 would have been even stronger. Yes, knight f6. Black also had such a move. Uh, yes, but some complications are there, like knight g3, I think the most principal move, and after h6, bishop h4. And if f takes c, knight takes e4. And black is even playing, so this is very principal line. Maybe in upcoming tournaments we will see something like this. This is according to modern engines. So my opponent played queen d7, very human approach, decent move, of course, no doubts. And I have choice again, and I think I made the strongest. I played h3. For example, if I take e takes f, queen f5, knight g3, queen d5 is there. Black is doing fine. Uh, yes, I could go knight g3, but h6 is there, of course. h6. For example, e takes f, h takes g, knight g5 does not really work because of knight f6. If you take knight f5, h takes g, knight g5, again knight f6, and black is having almost winning position. So here bishop h4 can be interesting move again uh, to check carefully. Yes, I played h3, and here, of course, he found knight f6. Another alternative was to go h6, but here black is having problems after he takes f because h takes g, h takes g. So knight f2 is the strongest, king f2, h takes g. Here after knight e3, or let's say g4, you go g6, rook e6, g takes f, rook g6, and king f7, rook takes g5. White is having better position. So knight f6, I played bishop takes f6, rook takes f6, and here I could take e takes f, queen takes f5, and let's say knight g3. Yes, the strongest is queen g6. Black is doing fine, but white is also not having any problems. I played e5, and this was my point. D takes c, and to take with the rook. I could take with the pawn as well, and evaluation is round equal in a different ways. So I took with the rook, and I was very optimistic about my position. I thought I'm having awful pawn structure, but my knights are jumping. Opponent has also problems with development of queen side, but of course, Lucas found the strongest b5. C8 bishop joins the game from b7 square, and already white should be careful. And for example, here I could, and I played knight g3, but the strongest would have been to go b4, bishop b7, queen b3, and let's say queen f7, queen c3. I played knight g3, bishop b7, and black is already slightly better. I played queen e2, the strongest. Yes, my opponent could already take bishop f3, queen f3, rook d8, does not have any problems. He played g6. And here I made like weird um, few moves. I played rook e1, and after rook f8, I played rook d1. Yes, definitely I was ambitious, and I thought by placing my rook on e1, I'm creating some threats like rook e7 and some others. But of course, in reality, all of them or many of them aren't working. So it would have been better to just go rook d1 to avoid all kind of bishop f3 threats, even after my opponent places rook on a8 rook somewhere. Yes. And evaluation is around equal. It's not much for black. Black is just doing very slightly better. Very, very slightly. So rook e1, here he played rook f8, and I went rook d1. Bishop d5. Here, for example, it's some difference between going b4 and rook d3. I thought rook d3 is the strongest way to protect my b3 pawn, but engines are showing that b4 would have been even better, and black does not have much. I played rook d3, yes, and queen d6, h4 c6, and here, of course, black is doing better. Evaluation is around minus 0.5060 for black. My opponent, for some reason, he decided to offer me a draw, and of course, I agreed, and game ended in a, let's see, yeah, such a theoretical line, a game. Uh, Maybe the game itself not very important, like the middle part of it, but let's say opening part was very important. Also, like I mentioned, we did had a game yesterday against Nordirbek Abdusattorov. Yes, thank you very much, dear friends, for watching this video, and please, it will be very huge honor for me to see your comments, suggestions. I'm really trying my best um, to make the videos very instructive, and hope you like it. Please subscribe and like videos for the YouTube algorithms. Thank you very much.